In today's video, I want to go over a new set of paints that I got, Meeden. I usually use Liquid-X acrylic paints, and I'm going to make this scene with the Meeden paint, adding them into my pyrography. So let's turn the machine on and get going. I'm going to talk a little bit more while we're going over the video of me actually doing the piece to be painted. The reason why I am trying this paint Meeden out is I saw that there was a 48-piece set that went for $45, and it came with 72-piece set, and it came with 42 22 milliliters or 0.74 ounce tubes. It was 12 metallics, 12 pastels, 6 fluorescents, 6 glimmering, and 6 basics. Now, the Liquid-X acrylic paint that I use is the basics, and in comparison, a set of 12 22 milliliter or 0.74 ounce tubes will go for about $30. So that's about $2.50, $2.50 per tube. Well, the Meeden comes out to about $1 per tube. So I wanted to try out the pastels to see how they worked. With the softness of the pastel color, I was thinking, would work out pretty well. So right now I'm just trying to pick out the colors that will generally try and work. Usually I do work with all my primary colors. Obviously these pastels aren't really in the primary, so I tried to pick the closest that I can get with that. So selecting the colors, I went with my blues, my greens, yellows. They didn't really have much with the red, so I had to go get the green in there. So I couldn't really use just primary colors. I had to kind of go with what came in the set of 12 pastels. When you're adding that to the pyrography, I treat it like it's watercolor. So I watered down the acrylic paint a lot. And I kind of start building up, adding a little bit more pigment to the water as I go to bring in the color, because I want to keep the grain of the wood to be popping through in the piece, almost make it look like I'm dyeing the wood rather than just painting on it, because I wanted to keep that wood grain that pyrography tends to always have when you're doing the wood burn. Like the negative space keeps that grain in. So as I was working with it, the pastels were really nice. I like them, but it wasn't quite working for this piece. So I really was struggling, but I did like the consistency of the pigment, how it flowed really nice. I did enjoy working with these colors, but like I said, I was struggling a little bit trying to get the look that I personally wanted to go with. Something I was not really used to using these pastels. So a little bit more into the video, you'll see me start to head in what Meeden has as their basics, which is the higher pigment colors than that pastel. But as you can see, it really does, it has a nice look to it. I did like the blues for the sky and everything. I wasn't too happy with the green pastels. I felt like they were just a little too, I guess you would say, Eastery for me. It just didn't really fit. And then as I was painting it, I was realizing, how am I going to get the look of the rocks that I wanted? I wanted like the grays and the browns and everything. And as I was painting into the mountain and stuff, I wasn't really getting the brown that I wanted to get into it. But overall, I am very happy with the way these paints are. They look really nice. Not seeing much of a difference in the quality between the Liquitex that I've always used and this paint brand Meeden. Now, I'm not getting paid by Meeden. I didn't get these for free. I purchased them. I saw them. I was interested in just seeing, what the difference was. That they were a little bit cheaper. That's all I did see between the two of them. But overall, paint quality's rather nice. I do enjoy them. I think, I'll be purchasing more of this paint as I do start to use it up. Of course, I'm still going to use my Liquitex because I do have quite a few tubes left of that. So I'll be switching back and forth quite often. So you can see the struggling that I'm having, with mixing the color. It just wasn't happy with the greens. But I did like the pastel for the sky. I think that worked really well, and I might continue to use that for whenever I do sky work. But I think what I'm doing, foreground work, I'll have to switch over to their basics because it is a more vibrant color. I think the pastels would work great for backgrounds, like things way off into the distance where there's not much detail. So mixing these two will, I think, work. I do have this video a little bit faster, just so it's, staying within 20 minutes and it's not over and 2 hours long, because it took me about 2 hours to do all of this, mostly with the struggling that I did encounter. Yeah, see, as you can see, the rocks just they were staying too muted. And I'm just building up a little bit more of the sky in there. I just wanted to get a little bit more of that bluish into it. So I'm going straight with the color without watering it down. With these pastels, it seems like I was able to do that I really didn't have to water them down too much, because the grains still pop through the paint, so they're not really opaque. So that did work very well. Oh, yeah, I'm adding the stronger pigment into it, you know, with their basics. Like I said, too much struggling, wasn't liking it all the way with how the foreground was coming out. So now I'm going in with their basics, which work just like the Liquidex. I mean, I really didn't see a difference at all. The only difference I see is the price. So if you're looking to get it, I would definitely try this paint out. Of course, always test it out on a scrap piece before you actually start going into it, so you don't ruin all the work that you've already done. I mean, paint is easy to fix, but sometimes it isn't. So yeah, so now you can see that foreground actually starting to pop more. And with these, I'm not really struggling that much. The colors mix very well. Everything I expect. So once I got into this, it just really started to flow. It wasn't much struggling. I'm going back over the trees and the mountain and everything, kind of make it pop a little bit more, because the pastels just didn't pop enough for me. But so I'm just going back over it with the basics. So I really liked Meeden's basics. They worked great. No difference in the paint quality between Meeden and Liquid-X. I really did like their paint, and I'll continue using them. The pastels I struggled a lot with, but I think they'll work really well for very distant background stuff like skies, extreme distant mountains, but nothing for foreground. So if you're gonna try it, I would definitely get the Meeden's basics. They worked great. I love them. And so I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share and follow to see more videos like this. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.